Yo, what's good, my London Reacts fam? Today we got another linguistic video. Today we're checking out part two of the Gullah, videos that I watched. So if you haven't seen part one, go ahead and check that out as well, and come back to this one. But yeah, today we got Caroline speaking Gullah and English. Again, this is supposed to be a place that was what's the word? Colonized, I believe, by the British, and has a lot of similarities in terms of words and stuff. So that's what I was told in the comment anyway. So let's go ahead and see what they're saying. Um, at the very least, we saw that it's somewhere that has a lot of tradition. So yeah, man, we're gonna jump into it, see what he's saying. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button, joining the family. Let's go into it.
So my name is Carolyn Jabulile White.
Okay.
I'm one of Charleston's Gullah storyteller. I do a lot of Gullah storytelling because
Gullah.
I would love for the children to know more about their heritage, about the language, to be proud of it like I am. Very proud of my culture, my language, my ancestors, period. Because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be standing where I am today. And so it's really important to me that we remember that, remember the culture, remember some of the things that I do, going way back. And I like to tell the children about different things. Like they didn't even know, like how we cook good old okra soup and lima beans and pigtail and pig feet. A lot of people.
I'm not gonna lie, this is sounding real close to home right now. Shout out my Caribbean, shout out my Guyanese people. Pigtail cook up, You guys know about souse. You guys don't know about souse, cow foot and that. Some real treacherous meats. Pepper pot. What you guys know about pepper pot?
Don't even know about the pig feet thing. I said, what? I said, that was good. But you see, we had those things and mad cook them things, because those are the things most of them throw away on the plantation. When it was butchering time, those things they didn't want. The old people,
Oxtail.
ancestors, the slaves, as you would call them, would preserve and take those things to cook with, the bone. And now guess what? That's what everybody want to know now, how we cook with damn bone and make things so good, like the neck bone. Now they tell you now don't eat too much because you collect.
I'm not gonna lie, she sounded kinda like my nan. She sounded kinda got that Guyanese little twang to her.
Good, like the neck bone.
Oh,
Now they
neck
tell you
bone.
now don't eat too much because you cholesterol and all them things like that. But back then we ain't getting up with no cholesterol. It was good eating, you see, good eating. Man, I tell you. So now most of the white folks now they want to learn, how we make our stuff so good. And you tell them and they buy the neck bones a little bit too. But now they advise you say about the turkey, But we only used to have a turkey on like Thanksgiving time. They ain't never used to eat that all the time, The bones was what we had. And so we grew up like that. So it's nice for the children to know. Because all they know now is put things in the microwave, put them in and take them out, bang, Then they wonder why they got so much thing wrong with their body, They're eating that fast thing. But we put them on the stove and let them cook sometime for an hour or two. Let them bake for an hour or two, and it's real good. Talking about the food, I know you visit the Gullah cuisine and they tell you some about that. And we used to bake macaroni. They would stir no macaroni in no dish and call that mac and cheese. That's what they call them now, but we did baked macaroni, in the oven. Yeah, baked, like a pie almost. Very good.
I don't even know the other way to do it. We still be making our macaroni cheese in the oven over here anyway. I don't know any other way.
Well, of course, everybody know the chicken, like the fried chicken. But back in the days when I was a little girl, Madam would catch the chicken and wring them by neck, because we had what you call the yard chicken. Yard in Gullah means the yard. We had yard chicken. Madam would catch that chicken and wring his neck, and before you know, we had chicken.
I ain't gonna lie, this is literally like I'm here looking at my nan. That's why I'm smiling so much, because it's like I'm listening to my nan telling me some of her stories. Exactly how she's speaking is exactly how my nan would say it, We go in the yard, we wring the chicken by the neck, Father would, boil up a pot, whole heap of food up on the stove. You know, that's exactly how my nan will be speaking. This is warming. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out my Caribbeans. Shout out my West Indians.
And dumpling, chicken and dumpling for supper. You talk about good, real good.
Sounds
But a
good.
lot of those things now have, I say, passed on because the children got so many modern things now. But knowing about my culture and keep rehearsing about it is real good for me, you know, preserve it. I used to go to Avery, very prestigious school in downtown Charleston. I guess my mom, you know, worked hard and tried to send me downtown to school. And the teachers would always kind of want to correct me, say my English wasn't right, you know. So I said, okay. But as the years went by, a lot of people was coming to Charleston to find out more about the history of our ancestors. And so they called me up. Said, Miss White, I was out there, you know, grown. We would like you to come down to Avery to do some storytelling because we have some people from all over the world coming. I said, oh, do say, Hannah want me for come down here now for talk Gullah for the people, and then when I been here, you tell me, say, don't talk 'em. But I said, okay, I'll come. So my girlfriend then would say, you mean you're going to speak Gullah for those white folks? I said, I sure is. I go in for talking to them because when I done talk 'em, I got my check. So I going down there talk.
Hey, this is my nan talking to a T, man. This is my nan. I need to send it. I need to show her this video because this is crazy. This is crazy. Exactly how she's saying it is exactly how my nan would say. I sure is. I going down there because when they pay me, I coming out with a smile on my face.
So word of mouth, you know, hear about the Gullah storytelling and went around. I started doing Christmas festival downtown Charleston and went to something else and something else. And now I done travel been all the way to Bismarck, North Dakota. And ain't nothing but some white folks up there. When they saw me, they thought I was a Martian coming from space someplace. But went up there and learned about the Mandan Indians and culture. It was a diversity program. Alan sent me on that trip. So I like to tell people I've been to Bismarck. So got to see and learn about the Indians too there. And in our culture, back in the country, my dad and them, before they come to this spot, they was on what you call Henson Plantation, not too very far from here. Because every island had a couple of small plantation on it. So my dad and grandfather and them stayed on what you call Henson Plantation. But my dad was a self-taught brick mason. He went to the city of Charleston and learned how to build. And then when he heard that this little piece of property, I guess, was on sale, Dad bought it and come back home and built his own place, built his corner himself and the house. So we raised up here, you know, as young children. But down in the plantation now, they used to call the yard, like you say yard, and Gullah, that's the yard. Now, Hannah chillin' go play in the yard. Hannah chillin', that means more than one chillin', more than one child. Hannah chillin' in Gullah, more than one. Go in the yard for play, and then you go out in the yard, and we was right down by the river. We used to run at the fiddler. You know, see the little fiddler look like crab? We used to try to catch him. But before you could catch the fiddler, they all gone back down in the hole. So I remember all those things, you know, and the big bull, be around yard. They had some cow and the bull. Boy, when we see that bull, the little children going around there, we take off and run back home. Yeah, it was amazing how things, you know, was then. So I haven't forgotten those things, and I cherish it. I like to tell people about it. And so far as speaking the Gullah, it doesn't embarrass me not one bit. Because when we get together, you know, my age group, we sit down and talk to one another, and you wouldn't understand a thing we talking about. And thinking about that, the ancestors used to talk about the Bakra. I bet you don't know who the Bakra is. Lord,
No
the
idea.
Bakra is the plantation owner. That's the word. Bakra means plantation owner. But see, when Mariam been in the field and talking about the Bakra, he didn't know that it was talking about him. Bakra. So any book you pick up, mostly in Gullah, you'll see that word Bakra in there. So I explained that, because Bakra was the owner of the place, you see. and mad him and be in the field, and you ain't know say Buckra do so and so. Man, Buckra but too mean. But if he was by the gate, he ain't know who he talking about. Talking about him. So remember that Buckra in Gullah means the white plantation owner. And shum over there. Man say, girl, you ain't shum over there? You ain't shum there? Shum there means to see. See it over there. Shum there. Shum there means not just to see, it's an object, something you see. The word shum. And what another yum there, see him there. Yum, him there, yum there, him there. And the old people talk. The guayan, gal, I go for guayan now. It means I'm leaving. I'm going now, yeah. And Hannah know what day clean mean? I bet you Hannah young fellas don't know what day clean is. Somebody said, what that clean the day or clean or what? No, that's the break of dawn. Yeah, break of dawn means day clean. So yeah, Pastor, come on now, get ready, go into the field because they almost day clean. Yeah, so Massey, get up in the morning, gotta fix me grits because it's almost day clean. Come on, gal, now, we gotta go in the field now because he almost day clean. Oh, come on, boy, now, get ready now because he almost day clean. And we make love. When I go to entertain the people, I sing the song Day Clean. And I have them to back it up, say, Day Clean. So then when I'm finished, I say, now when is day clean? Then some will guess, oh, that's in the morning. But that's the Gullah word for early in the morning, day clean. Someday, day clean. So coming up on these islands was, as children, was all right. Because you learn a lot, you learn how to be self-sufficient. Because the old people used to plant their own garden, and they ever thought about going to Bilo and Piggly Wiggly to buy no potato. We call them ice potato. You know what ice potato is? That's a white potato.
That's what it sounded like.
An Irish potato. Ice potato. Come on now, we got to go in the field and pick up the ice potato. Yes, Lord. So enough of things Hannah gonna learn. So I hope this course go good for you, and since you're doing a very interesting thing, because everybody should be proud of a history, of their history, of their culture. Everybody else, want it to be known, so why not us? So I say, well, as long as I live, I'm going to talk about it and tell it. And that's why I'm in the process now of this very corner to make a Gullah Cultural Center and a small, maybe deli, a little cafe, that when the visitors come, they can see, what was going on. I can tell them the story, have a place to tell them. So I don't have to go out no more. I let them come to me, and tell the story. And
Hey, big up Caroline, man. Big up Auntie. She's got immense pride in her culture and her experiences, her upbringing, her ancestors, upbringing. And obviously you can feel that she's got that sort of connection to her roots, which is incredible. And especially me, obviously now, like I've told you, my nan, very, very similar stories. Obviously her family growing up in Guyana and the struggles that they went through, the sort of languages, the language similarities, coming over to England and all those sort of things. So it's I don't know, it's really, it's touching. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like I'm watching a video of my younger nan.
I think it's going to be real good. And that way I'm preserving my father's and mom's place, and God will help me to do the very best I can and invite others to come too. School children, college children. I've helped many young people doing their thesis. They want to know about the Gullah, so they come to Ms. White, would you help me and tell me? And I said, okay, we'll do it. And if this help you, sure enough, they'll learn a little bit more about it. But the clothing that we wore, a lot of people could tell when you was from the country because your things was colorful. Madam used to make clothes out of rice sack and grits.
Hey, this is exactly my nan talking right now. You guys don't understand. This is exactly my nan. You know how much time she says to me, all I know is black and grey and white. Them things there. My nan, you see my nan, she got on them colours, boy. Pink, blues, purples, yellows, everything's gone in. She's used to sew and make her own clothes, make people's clothes. Even till today, she's still using that sewing machine, which is probably from the 60s. I don't even know. But it's crazy.
Sack, color, don't throw away nothing. You make that. So now when every time I performed, I do an
My nan don't throw away nothing. Nothing. When I say nothing, she's the real hoarder. To the point where it makes you not want to be able to be a hoarder in any aspect. Because she keep everything.
don't throw away nothing. You make that. So now when every time I performed, I do an African attire because of my ancestors. Yeah, very
Nice.
well done.
Nice.
Many years ago now, I kind of adopted a young lady. She was from Nigeria, and helped her to go to school. And so a lot of my costumes and things that I wear, she has made them for me. And so I really learned a lot. Yeah. You wanted me to tell you about this? Oh, let me tell you about, I hear say Hannah got Gullah Bible. I want to read one for you. I want to tell Hannah the one about Jesus charged the wind and the water for stand still. And it's a scripture from the Bible, Luke. Luke 8:22 here in the Gullah Bible. And it goes something like this. One day Jesus tell his disciple them, say, get inside the boat and let we go across to the other side of the lake. So them get inside the boat and them start for cast off. Whilst them been a sail, say Jesus dropped fast asleep in the bow of the boat. Just then a big wind come up over that lake, so he almost make the boat sink, and them been in a fix. Them disciples them got so scared, they said we better wake Jesus up before we drown out here. So them holler out, Master, Master, we all go get drowned, wake up, wake up. This then Jesus wake up. He stand in the bow of the boat, he hold him hand up so him buke the wind, and the wind stopped blowing. He looked down in the water, and all the water going down. He tell him for stand still. That big wind stopped blow just then, and the swelling water gone down. Everything calm right down. Well, them disciples, them say, I wonder who this man here is. How come, who he is? Jesus asked them, say, how come Hannah ain't got our owner, ain't got no faith in me? Them been astonished and them been scared. Them ask one another, say, who this man here? Who this man here? Either charge, even the wind and the water. Say, he tell him what to do, and he do him. Amen, amen. So that man must be Jesus that we talk about, you know. And I always tell the young people, mine some trouble go come up in life, and the old people used to say that's water. When you dream about the water, trouble come up in your life. When the wind blow, dream about wind blowing, you be kind of, ain't know which way for turn to go. Because our ancestors could interpret dream now. You go with them with a dream and say, if you dream about, you see any fish? Well, you ask the girls, you see any fish? And if they say, yeah, the old people say, oh, gal, say, you pregnant. When you dream about the fish. Yeah. When you're a little girl, you're a legal. That was the word. And when you grow up now, you're a woman. You're a woman, big woman now.
Big
woman. Done coming to womanhood.
Big woman. That's how you speak to any Jamaican. That's how they say woman, you know. Woman. Woman. That's crazy.
So Mary them would teach you those things, and it's just very interesting what we learn, what we hear, and what we do. And it pays respect, like I told you, every June 2nd Saturday in June we go to pay homage, especially those ancestors that didn't make it. And we do a remembrance service. We talk about them. Then we gather fruits and flowers. We put it in a big baby blanket, and we put it overboard to remember them that didn't make it through the middle passages, was dead when they arrived and got here, because many perish. That was a long ride. Cramp up in a little boat like sardine, man, I tell you. But anyway, went to Ghana, and I saw some of those, the sites over there. You wanna know now why Charleston became so famous? I just ask people, why you think they went and captured those ancestors and bring them here? Well, they give me all kind of answers. But I said, listen now, let me tell you. They bring them here because their ancestors would know how to plant rice. They know how to plant rice and grow rice. And that's when the Dutch and the Europeans or whatever got rich. They call them Carolina gold. That was the name of the rice, Carolina gold. Charleston built up off of rice money, the sweat of the ancestors back. Okay? growing the board and growing the rice. When I went to Ghana, I saw some people in the field, so I wasn't sure, and I asked I said, what those people planting over there? And so our driver that took us around said, oh, they planting rice. So I said, wow, what a coincidence, you know. We went to see the young fellas make the kente cloth. Only the boys, only the young men do that, make and peddle and make the kente cloth.
Kente cloth. You guys know about Kunta Kente, right? That's tough. Same thing she's saying about Carolina being built off the back of slaves and whatever. Same way England was, you know, with the Caribbeans, obviously West Africans, Indians, especially the Indians. The amount of places England has been and absolutely drained for their resources or their workforce, for lack of a better word.
Only the boys, only the young men do that, make and peddle and make the kente cloth. We saw the king village, and I mean, he was dripped down in gold, you know, decorated. I said, wow, you know. But great experience for me, and I'm so glad that God kept me this long to experience some of those things. Been quite a few places to tell the story about my beloved ancestor, about my mom and my dad who labored and worked hard to accumulate this corner. This corner where I'm standing, they left it for me so that now I'm planning to do something with it so that my grandchildren can say what their grandmama left for them. Yeah. And so that's what we need to do too. We need to cherish the things that our ancestors had and left. And by the grace of God, as long as I dare ya, I go try to do just that.
Hey, big up Caroline, man. This is one of the most wholesome. Hey, I hope you guys have stayed this long, man, because this is one of the most wholesome and one of the best feeling videos that I've reacted to on this whole journey. I can't lie. Like I'm struggling to think of many videos where I've actually felt such a warm connection here. Like, this is unreal. I love this video, man. I wish I could. They need to make a new love button, like, on top of the like, because this is special, man. This is very nice to see, and it's also good to see how similar but different a load of places are. Like, obviously she's, like I say, throughout all of this, I said a lot of the similarities between her and my nan and the way that they speak, and you know, I guess a lot of the background and history that's led to where they are. But also at the same time, they're very, very different. Like, my nan absolutely rebukes, not in a negative way, respectfully, she rebukes the idea of any African ancestry, because that's just not her culture. Same way you guys, I know a lot of you Americans here, black Americans here, also don't relate or conform to the idea of that African ancestry, because it's not what you know. It's not, if you go back generations, it's not your background, it's not what you know specifically. And that's the exact same with my nan. Like, she's the exact same. So that's why a lot of these videos that I can understand when people are commenting in the comments, and that's why I try and not to give any sort of bad opinions, because I understand it. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I say that to say this is one of the best videos I've reacted to. And I'd be happy even if this video got 1 view, because I'm just happy to have experienced it myself and to learn myself. So yeah, man, very, very good video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what else to check out. Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, and I'll see you guys back for the next one.